Welcome to the Beretta Worlds 2023, an annual event held somewhere in the south of England.
Whindwhistle Farm had laid on 120 birds over 15 stands, all of which need to be shot with a gun from the Beretta family.
I have brought a 1986 Beretta, which is 1 year older than the competition itself, but it doesn't work currently. So luckily they have an on-site gunsmith who's fixing it. Side note, I've just got out of spending 8 days in hospital, so I'm not expecting a lot today.
What's pretty cool is that GMK have an on-site workshop to check over and maintain your gun there and then.
Luckily we have Malcolm here, who's been working on Berettas for 40 years?
37.
And my new to me 682X trap needed a little bit of love.
Anything obvious?
Yeah, need a couple of new mainsprings. There's an old style mainspring in there, so they upgraded a number of years ago, and going to put another hammer in the bottom barrel because the trigger pull's light.
Simple as that?
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Simple as that. That is why Beretta 680s are the best.
We've changed the design of the mainsprings a number of years ago, and this nut used to fracture here. So the mainsprings are set to a certain length, and then this nut is pinned into place, but the peening set up a weakness. So because of the way that the mainspring vibrates and hits there, so they upgraded them to same nut, same principle, but the nut's crimped onto two flats.
Yep.
Yeah, I generally use the vice because it's just enough to be able to get a proper squeeze. So you can see that one, which has come out of the gun, has been set, but that doesn't look correct to me, so I'll put two new ones in.
Generally speaking, you'd recommend most people have updated parts?
Absolutely.
They are better?
Yeah, because ultimately, with the old piece in there, and I'm talking probably in excess of 25 years that they changed it, here we are with a gun that's still got the old mainspring in it.
Still going?
That does fracture.
Yep.
It will come off into the action, possibly jamming the back of the stock, and then the gun won't open. So absolutely, it's always worth getting the parts upgraded. And that's one of the reasons we're here at the shoot, because we get the opportunity to do that, and it's obviously a Beretta shoot, so it's
it's nice to look after customers who usually wouldn't be bothered, I guess.
Absolutely, or won't know until it actually fails. So, it's one of the main reasons we're here.
I guess it's a busy 3 days for you.
Can be, yeah, can be pretty intense and pretty busy. Generally speaking, with repairs like this, touch wood, we have very few breakdowns on the course throughout the 3 days.
Just little light services.
Ejector timing, check over. Most of the guns are check overs.
Yeah. Would you mind having a?
Could you have a look?
I mean, 37 years of experience. Just make sure it's not going to blow up on me. Not that it's gonna, but you know.
Yeah, and you see people yearly, who are doing the same. Could you check it over? And I think it's, as you say, it's good for people's confidence. They know the gun's in good condition, so it's the reason we're here.
Perfect. And there's gin and tonics here, so that's they're apparently, allegedly.
When the sun goes down.
All right, thank you very much.
Gun sorted, Carl, Reese and I headed to stand one.
First stand looks pretty, on the face of it, simple-ish. One target diving away into the valley that shows a little bit more of a straight line out, and one right to left again, pitching really hard down to the valley. Theoretically, I'd feel really confident. But not today.
First shots usually set the stage for everything, mate.
Is that what they say? Well, apparently these guys shot this at the VIP day already, so you guys are coming in here knowing everything and where it's coming from.
Listen, it's not an advantage.
That's a lie!
The wind's changed direction.
But the clays haven't. I'm never going to get my ass kicked like I am today again.
Although these events are obviously about shooting, they're also about catching up with old friends.
I should have joined your squad.
You really should have joined our squad. Have you got 2 cartridges there?
No, you can have those too.
Well,
Lucky
thank you.
you.
These are possibly the best fibre cartridge in the world.
Everything will be shot with one of these today.
Sovereign
I might not hit them all,
fibre.
but I know these will do the job.
They
Quite
discontinued them for a while, didn't they?
Yeah, and now they've had them back on the price list, and I think they're the best 5-wide shell of them all.
Oh my god, they're good.
Yeah.
Good luck, Josh.
Stand 2 was a bird away from the high tower, followed by a close quarters rabbit.
Oh!
The course setters really didn't hang around with letting you know this was gonna be a technical shoot.
The first stand was quite simple by comparison.
That was brought us back down to earth.
That was stiff.
humbling. It's amazing how...
Stand 3 was a crosser and another easy to miss going away target. Which started to reveal my lack of focus and stamina.
That wasn't pretty.
This was confirmed again at stand 4, a pair of grouse rolling down the hill into you. An epic pair of targets. These guys really know how to use the terrain.
This is a fibre wood only shoot, so I'm on Pro Fibers, which is my go-to cartridge anyway for pretty much everything. So far, it's not them that's been letting me down.
Stand 5 was no gimme either. Stand 6 was a teal and a rangy looper midi. One of the tastiest targets on this course. It's here that I admitted defeat and put the 6.82 away. Luckily, there was a pile of demo guns available to play with, and I found myself a nice light one. Stand 7 was a left to right chandelle followed by an incomer. Finally, a stand that required less thought.
The A400 XL is a significantly lighter, more nimble and easier to shoot gun in my current state. Having gone from shooting 3s out of 8 to 7s out of 8 like that, I'm glad that we have a vast selection of Berettas, Carl.
Excellent.
Next up was a great fun rabbit target that shot away up the hill, followed by a left to right crosser on report.
That's on the floor. I'm contributing to that.
The lightweight A400 made short work of these, and I wondered why I didn't change over sooner. Probably because I still think I'm indestructible.
You told me shoot it at the top of the hill, so I did.
That's what the one time I tried to shoot at the top, I did miss it.
It's hard target at the top.
Stand 9 was a monster crosser mixed up with a rangy rabbit that tripped plenty of folk up. As did Stand 10. A looper shot away up the bank, way out to your left, something I've never seen before. This needed a serious gap and was followed by a driven straight down your throat.
What a set of targets.
I struggled with that one when I shot it.
Well, what's that? 30 yards out,
Yeah.
shooting up and
And
away.
it's not coming in at all, is it? It's...
The hill makes it look like it's rising, but it levels out very quickly. So by the time you're shooting it, you need to take a real straight line out of it with a bit of underneath. Tough target. Cheers, Johnny. Thank you very much, mate.
All that talk about shooting it off the arm, and I was thought, no, I'll show him, it can be done.
I reckon it could. But yeah, you'd need to be pretty lightning quick. That's a big gap to snap shoot.
Yeah.
It's hard enough out there. I mean,
You need to really swing through it, don't
I
you?
was seeing like, I don't know, 8 to 10 foot on it, a big old lump.
Stand 11 I was up last. Walking into Stand 11, we each clocked that the pair could be broken with one shot. Luckily, I was last in, so I had time to make a plan.
Johnny?
Yep.
The first pair I snatched into a little early, but I was ready for the second pair.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh!
Told you.
Whoa.
Did you just do it again?
3 in a row with one shot. All misery of the first half of the round had been forgotten. Well, kinda. I was definitely gelling with the XL.
Well done you.
All right.
Sorry, well, you know, after you said James Bradley Day could do it,
Yeah, well done, honestly.
Fun,
It's
that.
so nice to see as a ref, though.
it's the pair to try for it, right? Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Let's go. We just gotta go hard.
Where's this form come from?
Just learn how to shoot as I go, really.
Bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
Oh, I like the fist bumping, by the way. I'm glad that you both now offer them up without any prompting. Life is better with fisting. It's an interesting thing that Carl pointed out on the walk-up from the last stand, that he made a joke about my trap gun, that a big heavy trap gun with a step rib and a Monte Carlo stock isn't really anything for sporting. And I disagree with him most of the time, except today when that hasn't really worked out for me. I guess the thing is that those big heavy guns work when you're young and you're fit, or even if you're not young, when you're fit and you're strong, you're mentally on it, and all your moves are perfect. But actually, the days that they're not, be that through health, or be that through lack of training or discipline, or be that through disability, age, not caring, actually there is room for something a little bit more this shaped, or a little bit more versatile maybe. Then again, maybe not. I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts on it.
And stand 13 was this tasty sim pair that forced an early shot on the first and a quick deceleration for a controlled shot on the second. As a report pair, this would have been textbook, but this is why true pairs exist. Getting into stand 14, you suddenly realise that 15 stands is a lot of effort and focus. This relatively simple pair took everything I had left.
One more pair, one more pair,
One more pair.
let's get a double.
Oh!
All set for a big finish, Johnny.
Guys, I have very much enjoyed today with you. After we realised we weren't world champions, it always takes a few stands for everyone to calm down. I thoroughly enjoyed just dicking about.
Well, it was good that you managed to come without one lung, which brought you down to our level.
I mean, I don't think I've ever been beaten by you before. Hope you're enjoying it.
The final stand was a nice way to finish with a teal followed by a left to right crosser that tricked everyone into taking it too early. And just like that, we were done. Not a full round shot, but certainly full enough for me today.
No, he shot really well, mate. And that is the end of the first day of the Beretta Wells. There's 3 days of this event, 800 plus shooters going through. This is a wonderful venue for it. One of my favourites I've been to so far. Whindwhistle Farm in Wiltshire, supported by Greenfields at Salisbury. I've learned a lot today. I've learned a lot about myself. An awful lot about why autos are brilliant. If you've never shot this event before, I do recommend doing it. It's fun every year, it's different every year. Some of these targets have been very tricky, really tricky. A lot of things that have caught me out. I'd love to know how much of that is to do with the fact I was in hospital and how much of it was to do with the fact that they are just stiff targets.
Congratulations to all the competitors and winners this year. Hopefully next year, I'll be in better shape to do it justice.
Thank you for watching, guys. This channel is made possible by our amazing sponsors. You can find out more about them in the description down below. And if you want to support the channel, you can join as a member. You get loads of extra content, well, some extra content, and occasionally we hook up and go clay shooting together as a membership group. If you don't feel like joining today, we really appreciate you watching and subscribing. Have a wonderful day.
I'm impressed.
big man. You were impressed.
I'm
I
not
just
gonna act
impressed
like
one of like,
I'm
the
not
fittest,
impressed.
most physically impressive people I know. By luck.
And you've been in hospital.
Did you know I've been in hospital?
I have heard once or twice.
Well, you need a lot of antibiotics and an A400.